Imagine opening your fridge, spotting that carton of milk in the back, and realizing it expired yesterday. You take a tiny sip. That sour smell hits, but your curiosity wins. You swallow. Suddenly, a million questions rush through your mind. What just happened? Could you actually survive this? Or is your stomach about to stage a revolt? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand the science of spoiled milk, its immediate and long-term effects. And I'll reveal a weird survival fact about milk bacteria that most people don't know. Now let's set the scene. Milk is one of the most common foods in our kitchens. We use it in cereal, coffee, baking. Sometimes we forget the date and a little sip becomes a what-if experiment. Have you ever wondered why that little date on a carton matters so much? Could you drink a week-old milk without consequence? Or would it turn into a nightmare inside your body? First, the immediate effects. Let's start with the basics. Milk that has gone bad is filled with bacteria, usually harmless ones if pasteurized properly, but sometimes nasty strains like E. coli or Listeria sneak in if it's stored poorly. The sour smell you notice? That's lactic acid, the byproduct of bacteria feasting on the milk sugars. It's basically your body's first warning signal. Hey, don't drink this. If you do take a sip, your first reaction might be minor. A sour taste, maybe a little nausea, like biting into a lemon that's secretly gone bad. Some people shrug it off and feel fine. But in other cases, your stomach starts to churn. Think of it like a small earthquake in your digestive system. You might get cramps, or a sudden urge to rush to the bathroom. That's your gut trying to fight the intruders. Here's a mini suspense twist. The effects aren't always immediate. Some bacteria can linger, waiting for the right conditions to multiply. By the time your body reacts, hours or even a day might have passed. It's a delayed alarm system, which makes spoiled milk particularly sneaky. Let's expand a bit. When these bacteria enter your digestive system, they don't just sit there. Your body has an army ready to respond. Stomach acid, digestive enzymes, and the immune system kick into gear. But the response takes energy. Suddenly, what started as a simple sip has ripple effects. Your appetite might disappear, your energy might dip, and even your mood can be affected. Feeling sluggish after a late-night snack? Imagine that multiplied by the bacterial chaos from spoiled milk. Here's a playful riddle. If you drink spoiled milk and nothing happens immediately, is your body winning? Or is it just plotting a delayed response? The answer isn't always clear, because models disagree on exact numbers, but your body is never idle. Scientists studying digestive health note that bacteria in spoiled foods can produce gases, acids, and toxins. That's why bloating or cramping sometimes hits out of nowhere. Now, imagine pushing it to extremes. Say someone drinks an entire glass of milk that's been sitting for weeks, well past the expiration date. Could it be fatal? Generally, no, because most pasteurized milk only grows bacteria that irritate rather than kill. But here's a myth bust. Spoiled milk isn't always poisonous in a deadly sense. The danger rises with certain pathogens, storage conditions, and a person's immune system. In healthy adults, it usually just means an upset stomach, maybe vomiting, diarrhea, or mild food poisoning. But in infants, pregnant women, or immunocompromised people, it can be much more serious. Here's where it gets even stranger. Your stomach has its own resident bacteria, part of the gut microbiome, which can actually help you break down some of the bad bacteria in spoiled milk. Think of them as little bodyguards on patrol. That's the weird survival fact I promised. In certain cases, your gut bacteria can neutralize threats before you even feel them. Some researchers even suggest that tiny amounts of spoiled milk could influence gut flora for better or worse. Sounds wild, right? Your own microbes acting as emergency responders while you sip milk at your own risk. Now, don't take this as a free pass to chug old milk. Even if your gut handles it, it's still a gamble. Bacterial content varies, and molds or toxins can lurk unseen. Here's a reflective question. Would you take a small risk for curiosity? Or stick to what's safe and fresh? Drop your answer in the comments. I want to see what you would actually do. Let's lock in a few takeaways. 1. Always check the smell and taste before consuming milk. It's not just a suggestion, it's a built-in safety check. 2. Small sips may not be catastrophic thanks to your gut's defenses, but larger amounts, especially of long-expired milk, can trigger serious digestive distress. 3. Your body's reaction might not be immediate. Sometimes the effects sneak up hours later. So, if you're fascinated by these what-if experiments in everyday life, subscribe and stick around. We uncover science behind things you interact with daily but never question. And speaking of curiosity, our next video dives into another common kitchen mystery. What happens if you microwave metal? Will your food explode, or is it just a myth? Finally, let me leave you with this cliffhanger. You now know spoiled milk can trigger a digestive roller coaster. But what if every food in your fridge spontaneously went bad overnight? Could humanity survive, or would chaos reign in kitchens worldwide? Think about it, and maybe check your fridge before you answer.